it's going to be that easy, MP. Second chips is always harder than the first. The other team's already worried about stopping you, MP.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night edition. And we know the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Randall out there with Gobert. Then it's Dillingham. And it's De Silva in at small forward. And so it's Minnesota with it after the missed three from the General. Pass to Shannon. Here's Randall. 6 to shoot. Got a piece of it. And now the 76ers on the break. Here's Maxey. It's hauled in by Shannon. Now the Timberwolves with it. Here's Randall. Rebound by Joel Embiid. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. I asked him how you take care of the Stifle Tower himself, Rudy Gobert. Coach said, I think you just try to pester him on defense and stay away from him on offense. If he's anywhere near our shooters, that means it's time to move the ball. So they'll have to play keep away when it comes to Gobert. Back to you.
Thank you, David. 76ers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. A nice shot by George.
This is why you can't give George room to drive. Even when you're physical, he can get it done.
Pass to Shannon. Randall left side. Plays it up and banks it in.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Maxey passes to the General. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Odd pass to George. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Pass to De Silva. Here's Shannon. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Outside for Randall. Trains the three-pointer. Randall's got 5.
And helping the team space the floor there. Randall with so much more confidence now from the outside.
Here's the General. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you gotta hit back.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate bases.
Here's Shannon. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. On the wing, George. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And this is the way to stretch the floor. PG-13 with a good look from the corner. And he nails it.
And here's Gobert. A 3-ball. Shannon, no good. The 76ers leading by 5. Pass to the General. And stolen by Dillingham. Plays it in off the breakaway. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Here's the General. Embiid the screen. The General. Good. The General's got his second bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Randall no good. Philadelphia's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. And Embiid throws it down.
And seeing a guy as big as Embiid being so fluid in terms of his movement, jaw-dropping.
There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And slam dunk by Gobert.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Here's the general. He's got 5. Off target from three-point range.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Dillingham. He's covered by Maxey. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Maxey. Substitution on the court. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Tarlock. It's good from long range. The General's got 8.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Clark. Handle out there with Gobert. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Hield in at the shooting guard position. DiVincenzo with it. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Randall. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the General, in his last time out against Dallas, played phenomenal. He added 29 points, and all game long, he seemed like he couldn't miss from outside the arc, converting many times from distance. This just speaks to the star that he is. He's able to put the team on his back and deliver. Guys?
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Hield kicks to Clark. Pass to Randall. Here's the 3. It doesn't go in. He's 3 for 9 now and frustrated. Here's Tarlock. Again, Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
3-pointer, Randall. Randall can't get that one to fall.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Timberwolves trail by 9. Now here's DiVincenzo. Randall outside. A 3-pointer is right on target. Randall's got 6 points in the quarter.
And he's on a good pace here from 3-point range. Made 1 in the first, 2 more here in the second. It seems like with more to come.
The General passes to Maxey. Philadelphia moving the ball around. The General can't get it to go. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Down low, here's McCain. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The 76ers making a switch here. George is checked in.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now Dillingham. This game he had 12.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Pass to the General. Here's McCain. And here's George. Banked in off the glass. George has got the lead up to 11 now for Philadelphia.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes in.
Got it! Oh!
Amazing! Perfect timing there.
very important triple there at the buzzer. That halftime deficit looks a lot more manageable when it's in single digits.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us?
Looking at Philadelphia, this is when it starts to get real. You're past the opening night energy, and you're not as well rested as you were in the offseason.
Yeah, it's time to show us what you really can do.
And turning our attention to the first half, a positive start for the 76ers.
I mean, when you go inside and impose your will this way, you're delivering a gut punch.
Yeah, there's a whole other half to go, but the way they're winning this makes them the heavy favorite now. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And you know the General has been really making it happen, guys.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
We've got Joel Embiid. George is out there with the General. Then there's Maxey. And it's McCain in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Embiid. Gobert with the defensive effort. Timberwolves trail by 6. Here's Randall driving the lane. A special move before the shot. Randall's got 4 points in the quarter.
And when Randall gets rolling on the drive, there's almost no stopping him. His size and athleticism are going to get him to the hoop.
The General. Good.
Well, you know what's going to happen when he gets a good look. The defense has got to run him off the line.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked out, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much.
Man, this is how Randall likes to operate, taking it in to the defense over and over again.
George with the screen on Randall. The General. Good. The General's got 20.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. We have a chance to pay homage to the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, the General.
And when you have a big man carrying as much of the load as he has, it just makes things so easy for the rest of your team. Completely deserving of the award.
Pass to Dillingham. Back to Randall. Takes a 3. And McCain pulls it down.
After draining 3 triples in the first half, he doesn't have any in the second half. I know he's disappointed, but he needs to remain aggressive.
Here's Shannon. Still yet to score. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Pass to the General. Now here's Embiid. Defended by Gobert. 2 points. That one goes.
Looming large on the interior. Embiid hard to deny.
Here's Dillingham. Gobert with the screen on Maxey. Now here's Gobert from deep. That's good by Shannon. Shannon's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside.
Oh, that was some power on that dunk.
And you put the ball anywhere within a 3-foot radius of the rim, and Embiid's gonna go get it. And he's also coming with bad intentions.
There's 1:54 left in the third. Here's Randall. An easy 2 points on the layup. Randall's got 8 here in the quarter. 1:43 left in the third quarter. Here's the general. 20 points for him. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The 76ers have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple. Quentin Grimes is checked in for Philadelphia.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
DiVincenzo against Maxey. Some solid defense from Maxey. The 76ers leading by 8. Driving inside.
Never a bad idea to run the old kick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Offensive rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
A baseline J, and again it's Philadelphia.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Pass to Rose. Inside. Here's Clark over George. No good from Clark.
Oh, nice job protecting the rim. Turning an easy bucket into a miss.
Here's Tarlock. That ball's nice feed that time from George. The Generals got the lead up to 14 now for the 76ers. Timberwolves have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Looking to end the run. It's hauled in by the 76ers. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game, and that's the third of 4 straight played at home. Dillingham with it. Outside Rose. Here's Minot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. This is his first trip to the line tonight. First one falls for him. Both teams will make substitutions.
2 shots.
Both good from the line that time. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. Back right. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
Here for the Timberwolves. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the 76ers?
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. Really great when you see it in action.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
On the court for Minnesota, they've got Dillingham. Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Shannon in at the 2. Maxey passes to the general. Drains it from beyond the arc. The general's got 29 in the game.
Well, that brings his total to 5 makes from beyond the arc for the game. Feeling some confidence from range. And
here's Randall. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. No good that time. Excellent D there from the General. We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge him. Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Stan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again.
A three-pointer off the mark. Philadelphia leading by 13. To the inside. George. De Silva with the rebound.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Gobert dishes to Randall. To the middle. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Philadelphia ball.
1:53 left in the fourth. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Here's Dillingham. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got 3 assists tonight.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man. Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set. Well, he's been a lot of their offense, and the numbers certainly show it.
Timberwolves trail by 11. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And he banks in the layup. Randall's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, they like Randall to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
George with no one around, and the three ball is good.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Philadelphia.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for the General.
Well, just a fantastic job of distributing the ball. When you're able to see the floor like that and take advantage of what the defense gives you, it's huge.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
And the physicality of Randall's game, impressive. It's what earns him those calls.
2 shots.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Here's Tarlock. Another 3 for Philadelphia. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. So
You earned that one. MP said he woke up today ready to slay some dragons.
Please text the word 76ers and seat location to 555. Our guest relations team will respond immediately. And a reminder, we hope your funds are going for the trading card game. The first 10 minutes.
Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA app. And with things just getting started in this new season, Britt, what are you looking forward to the most moving ahead?
Yeah, BA, I think about last year's teams and the magic that they had to push themselves into playoff positioning. Do they still have it? But one of the more exciting things in terms of the storyline is which teams are showing some early chemistry that could threaten some of those teams from last year. That is something that we always gravitate towards. The fresh blood, the new team, the one that's going to be the underdog throughout the course of the year, and how far can they push it?
All right, let's check out the starting lineup for the Trailblazers. Williams is out there with Denny Avdia. Then there's Scoot Henderson. Then it's Karis LeVert. And it's Grant in at the 3 spot. Now here's Henderson. Back to Avdia. The 3 is up. The rebound by Maxey. Up top, George. Yes, and it's Embiid picking up the assist.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. Down low. Here's Williams. Not going to go that time. Embiid with the nice defensive effort.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
The General nails it from beyond the arc. The General's got 6.
I just love the ball move.
And a fun fact here, Brent, the Trailblazers' name was actually chosen by the fans.
Oh, that's so awesome, BA, to remind fans of how it is that Portland got its name. It was an open contest, and they had, I think, over 10,000 entries. And there are a couple other names that we should throw out there. It could have been the Pioneers or the Doug Furs. I think they chose wisely.
Now here's Embiid. 3-pointer. Williams grabs the board. Portland has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Outside for Henderson. And here's LeVert to get back on track. Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball. And a chance to see the latest edition of the power rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at the Jazz, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Checking out the 76ers, they thought they had a strong chance to start out on top and stay there. But it's still early, and they're still a dangerous team.
And the 76ers making a change here. Grimes is checked in. Kamara, he's checked in for Portland. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. LeVert passes to Williams. Avdia from outside. Again, the miss by Portland. Philadelphia leading by 8. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to catch up with Nick Nurse. I asked which end of the floor Robert Williams was scarier on. And Coach said, I'm definitely afraid of him as a defender. I told my guys to be very careful when going up against him. Stick with it. Try to draw the fouls off him as much as you can. So the plan is to turn Williams' aggressive defense against him if possible, B.A.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Now here's LeVert. Lets it fly. Again, the miss by Portland.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
George passes to the General for 3. Rebounded by Kamari.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Yes, it's good.
Just pushing through that time. Avdia asserting himself against the contact.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Schroeder, he's checked in for Maxey. And Schroeder has got the ball here for Philadelphia. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Blazers and came away with a win.
Oh, my. That was a game for the ages. A fierce battle. It really could have gone either way, but they were fortunate they pulled it out.
Man, they had to scrape and claw just to get themselves back into the game and into overtime, but they really kept their composure in the extra 5 minutes, and it paid off for the win.
Now here's George. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Minnesota. And there's the screen. The general passes to George. Here's Grimes. From downtown, Walker pulls down the board. Blazers trail by 9. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Henderson finds Ayton. Shoots over Schroeder. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And Henderson just dropping an absolute dime there. Good to see him seeking out a teammate.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's the General. Knocks it down from distance. The General's got 12 points.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Now Simons. In his last outing with 12 points. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose to dunk with that high.
Oh, it goes! He got it off in time!
Just in the nick of time. And just nails the three. Way to close the quarter.
Well, you love nailing the last second shot. Always a feel-good moment.
And so it's the Philadelphia. Making a switch here. They've got Tyrese Maxey, and it's McCain in at the shooting guard position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Here's Grimes. Rebounded by Kamari. Kamari's got 4 rebounds in the game. Closed the net on 2 minutes played here in the second. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of height. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Walker, a good look. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide-open look, but he can't take advantage.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, the General, their last time out against the Timberwolves, was outstanding. He picked up 38 points, and he was red hot from beyond the arc, raining down a ton of threes.
He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Outstanding, thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, going up against a team that had no answer for him, we'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Here's the General. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. No luck on that one.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
And Brent, what you like about Toumani Camara, he'll get in there and do the dirty work for you.
Well, what a ride for him to get the recognition to become an NBA draft pick. He did all the little things to put himself in a position to succeed, and then all of a sudden can get on the floor and contribute in so many ways. Versatile defender, knocks down some mid-range shots. These are the kind of guys who you love to see build out a career.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the Sixers. Edwards comes in for Tyrese Maxey.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Now here's Avdia. Turned in an outstanding game against Washington. Pass to Williams. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That's on Joel Embiid.
The expectation always for Williams to play rough inside, so he's going to attack you.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
A minute 37 left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's the general. Pass to McCain. Here's the general. Philadelphia, the rebound. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Molding himself into one of the most dominant centers in the league, Embiid has really come into his own.
At the line for your Sixers.
And Embiid drops them both.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
Blazers trail by 13. Avdia left side. Henderson scanning the floor. Pass to LeVert. Clock at 6. And the three-pointer goes. LeVert's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
The general passes to Embiid. Here's Grimes. Offline with a 3. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. It's a 10-point game. And at home for the next game, it'll be New York pulling in to face them. And that kicks off a string of 3 home games for them. Now here's LeVert. In his last outing, 16 points for him. Releases. And Avdia with the basket on the assist from LeVert.
And you can see Avdia puts a lot of focus on that jumper.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Fires the 3. And it's Portland with a rebound.
He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots.
Pass to Graham. And so it's Philadelphia finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Their play has earned them a nice lead, one they'll look to build on as the game continues. More 2K action in just a moment.
As poorly as they've shot the ball, they're lucky to be within striking distance.
And give credit to the defense on the other side.
All right, now, still early on. And that's it for halftime.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Here's Henderson. Still no points. Checking out the group for Chauncey Billups to start the second half. Denny Avdia out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's Karis LeVert. Then it's Henderson. And it's Williams in at the 5 spot. The Sixers lead by 8. Here's the general. Here's Embiid. It's Embiid going to work inside.
2 strong points from Embiid. His MO is to own the painted area.
Now here's LeVert. Tight defense on him. Avdia passes to Williams. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
So consistent throughout the years from deep. That's what has made Paul George very special.
Now here's Henderson. To the middle. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. But Brent, when it comes to Scoot Henderson, his mobility alone causes problems.
No doubt about his explosiveness, BA, being one of the things he uses as a weapon. So if he gets confidence in that outside shot, people start pressing up on him. You're going to see that quick first step and Scoot Henderson getting to the rim and becoming more impactful offensively.
Yeah, a ripped physical guard. Henderson's competitive nature and drive to keep improving is really impressive.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Now here's Avdia. Grant, the pass to LeVert. Henderson with it. Here's the 3. Again, the miss by Portland.
Talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Grant outside. Up top, Avdia. Pass to Williams. LeVert outside. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over George. LeVert, that's good. LeVert's got his second bucket on the night.
They can finally relax after missing their first 4 shots to start this half.
Outside Maxey. Here's McCain. Puts up a 3. And there's the foul. It's on Joel Embiid. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Blazers trail by 15. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Henderson for 3. Hits the trifecta. Henderson's got 5 now.
The response from Scoot in answer 3. What a back and forth. Oh, my.
NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone. But the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend. And now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
Here's Maxey. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Then offensively, it appears they've hit their stride.
And so Henderson will bring it up for Portland. They trail by 16. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. It's tipped, and he's able to get it back. Williams with the screen from behind the arc. Connects from downtown. Give him 8.
Yeah, maybe outside Henderson's range, but the confidence showing through, and the defense not ready for him to shoot from that far out.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Grimes is checked in, and a new group getting ready for Portland. DeAndre Ayton, he's checked in for Williams. Walker comes in for Avdia. Kamara, he's checked in for Grant. And Simon has subbed in for LeVert. Blazers trail by 13. Henderson outside. Out to the right wing. Pass to Walker. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
That's his second personal foul.
Man, the defender really went after him.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Walker at the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Blazers trail by 14. They've got Andre Drummond, and it's Edwards in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Simons passes to Ayton. Outside Thibault. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the 76ers?
What a performance for Beyond the Arc in this game. They stuck to their guns, and it's paid off all game.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Now here's Simons. Lays it up and banks it in.
And I'm going to watch the coaching staff to see how many times they're going to call Anthony Simons' number with the way he's got it going here.
This one for 3. And the General gets it to go. The Generals got 24.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Aiden. Simons outside. Elbow shot on the way. Rebound by Philadelphia. The Generals got 5 rebounds tonight. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Count it. Good. 26 points for him.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
The Sixers lead by 16 from the arc. And Aiden pulls it down.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Thibault. Now here's Simons. Lets a 3 fly. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's the General. And the jam by Drummond.
Drummond can sit on that weak side block or in front of the rim and just be a tough guy to move out from the lane. He'll get those offensive rebounds.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. And some changes here for the 76ers. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Drummond. George comes in for Edwards. And it's Tyrese Maxey in for Grimes. Off the outside. Henderson finds Grant. Williams a screen on George. And here's Grant from the arc. Again, the miss by Portland.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Tipped. Embiid with it. Pass to the General. Embiid a screen on Avdia. And the General gets it to go. The Generals got 10 points here in the second half.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Now here's LeVert. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
A line change here for Portland. Schroeder. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Whenever Schroeder sees a hole in the defense, he is ferocious in how he exploits it.
Pass to Kamare. Ayton against Drummond. Walker, a screen on Schroeder. Looking to win the run. And it's good on the layup.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the 76ers.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
And even though this season series was only 2 games, a sweep is still a sweep.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for the General.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they'd put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch.
Now here's Simons. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam. Now Philadelphia with it. They're on a 14-4 run. Drummond with the screen. Here's the General. Sends it home from three-point land. The Generals got 34 points.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. They didn't have too many.
Crowd looks hype tonight. Better come with it.
What's up, MP?
Showtime, MP. True ballers only.
Greetings, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying this. Happy Halloween night. Great. And this game should be a treat.
Yeah, fun holiday makes for a fun atmosphere. Expect this crowd to be engaged.
Here are the five for the Clippers. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Bogdanovic. And it's Jerome in at the one.
Why, such a fiery competitor. He won't back down in the face of adversity.
People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
You know, Drummond always looks like he's trying to tear the basket down when he dunks.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. Now, he couldn't have been more complimentary about Kawhi Leonard. After some injury issues, he's now back to being the best guy on the floor most of the time. Coach said slowing him down is like trying to hold back an avalanche with a shovel. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Maxey finds Drummond. Tarlock sinks the three-pointer.
You know, as you add experience, you start to see the floor better. That was a sweet find by Drummond.
And it's the Clippers' ball. Nobody near Leonard. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Leonard's got 6.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And here's Bogdanovic for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. George looking over the floor. Here's Tarlock. And the 76ers get it back. And Paul George, good for the 3.
Seems effortless for George, that quick release of his.
Outside Bogdanovic. Drummond working against Zubac. Pass to Powell. Now here's Leonard. 3-pointer. It's Drummond with the rebound. Here's George. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
George takes the contact, but good body control there allows him to finish.
Outside Leonard. Zubac with the screen for Leonard. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Bangs home the trifecta. 6 points for the General.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Jerome. Leonard on the wing. To halt the run. And McCain pulls it down.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With a superstar big guy in his prime in Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Jones checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Brown comes in for Powell. Chris Dunn's checked in for Bogan Bogdanovic. And Morris subbed in for Ty Jerome. Brown outside. Jones finds Morris. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first. And it's good, 2 points.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
The General, good.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And here is Morris, following the 3 from the General. Right wing, just 5 to shoot. Here's Zubac, connects on the 17-footer.
And I like the decision-making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
Here's the General. This game he had 34 points. Pass to Drummond. Here's the General. Three-pointer. Morris with the rebound. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing here by 8. Outside, Jones. Here's the General, defended by Jones. The General passes to Maxey. Off with the layup. Puts up a deep 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And thanks again for... checked in for the 76ers. Paul George comes in for Edwards. Powell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Jerome comes in for Monte Morris. Clippers trail by 5. Abusele out there with the General. Then it's George. And it's McCain in at the point guard position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Jones kicks to Leonard. Jones sets the pick for Leonard. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the General in his last time out against Portland was tremendous. He had 34 points, and he was really dialed in from three-point land, making a lot of long ones. It was just the game he needed to snap out of that cold spell. Try to keep the momentum going tonight, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this one. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
A 3 from Leonard. Paul George grabs the miss.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Clippers trail by 7. Dunn passes to Jerome. outside, Leonard takes the three. Leonard lets it rip from three.
Just another place you have to take Leonard seriously. He's so capable from the outside.
And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Philadelphia's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. George with the screen on Leonard. The General can't get it to go.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
Powell, the pass to Jerome. Now, here's Dunn. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the 76ers. Rusale's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Tarlock, and it's good off the glass. The General's got 11 points.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Jones finds Leonard. Here's Jerome. Done outside. Lock at 6. Here's Leonard.
Oh, my goodness! Come on now. Very few players have the combination of power and athleticism that Kawhi has. Electric.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Here's George. Pass to the General. For the 3. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
Here's Jerome. Here's Jones. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. 76ers on top, up 5-4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat.
Hello and welcome. Let's get right into it. The story tonight is a tight matchup for the Clippers after 2 quarters.
Chucking up all those threes is clearly not working for them. They need to balance their attack.
Yeah, you want to put your players in a position to succeed, and I don't see that in the first half.
And now let's take a moment to see how... That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for...
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. And you know the General has been really making it happen, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We'll see Powell and Leonard playing the forward spots. Then there's Bogdanovich. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jerome in at the point. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Pass to Powell. This one for 3. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Here's Leonard. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
George with the screen on Leonard. The general passes to George. Leonard with the steal. Powell with it. He's picked up by Drummond. Leonard kicks to Powell. Hands it from downtown. Powell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
That time you saw how Leonard surveyed the floor and found the guy with the best look.
Here's Turlock. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. And the 76ers lead by 4. Outside, Bogdanovich. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And I want to see more of this. Bogdan getting assertive and just forcing his will on the D.
Good on the second free throw. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Los Angeles making a switch here. Dunn's checked in. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Take a look at the general, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him. And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball.
And how about first in the league in terms of free throw shooting? They couldn't have been any more dependable, and I tell you, what an advantage to have in those close games.
And to lead the league in shooting percentage is no easy task. They never went through one of those cold stretches that so many teams suffer through. Quentin Grimes is checked in for the 76ers. Drummond with a screen on Leonard. And he sinks it from deep. Three-pointer good from the general. The general's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the 76ers. Jerome passes to Powell. Good on the three-point shot. Powell's got 6 in the quarter.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
1:53 left in the third. Here's the general. He's got 20. Drummond with a screen on Leonard. Here's Turlock. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for that game against the Jazz, it will be the 9th bit of action for them during this young season. Every game a step closer to the finish line.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
And checking out the numbers for the general. He's coming off an excellent season. 6 rebounds and 4 assists. And his rookie season, an opportunity to learn the NBA game. He's hoping to take a larger role in his sophomore campaign.
Well, he had the whole summer to work on his game. I believe he will take that next step forward in his development.
Left side, Leonard. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Leonard's got 18 points.
Boy, it has been a huge night for Leonard. The skill is obvious, but his strength is what makes him hard to defend.
Drummond with a screen on Jones. Tarlock sinks the triple. The general's got 23 points.
He's absolutely killing it from outside.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Jerome. Now Jones, defended by Drummond. A 3 from Leonard. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. A different look for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 3. They've got the general. He's out there with Paul George. Abusele out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Grimes in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Pass to Eubanks. Low block shot. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
That's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
Count that one.
So crafty and clever at finishing inside. Schroeder doesn't lack confidence trying to get it up and down from this area.
Leonard against George. Leonard inside. A shot. No good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
George with the bucket.
Smooth and consistent. That's how I describe George's three-point shooting.
Clippers trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Los Angeles with another miss. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And Philadelphia making a change here. Drummond's checked in. Jerome, he's checked in for the Clippers. The Clippers have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Kicks it out to Jones. And the Clippers miss again. Philadelphia leading by 8. Here's Turlock. Comes up empty down low.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Leonard the bounce pass. Here's Jerome. Pass to Jones. Outside Leonard. No good off the front iron. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's the general. The 10-footer. The 76ers with another miss. Clippers trail by 8. Dunn left side. Pass to Jones. Here's Leonard trying to end the drought. Gonna go that time. Excellent D there from George. Here's the general. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the 76ers.
Well, I think they've been lethal from beyond the arc this game, no doubt about it. Hard to defend such spot-on shooting.
And also, guys, how about the hustle we've seen on the boards? They're getting after it and cashing in on second chance scoring opportunities.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Eubanks. Powell comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Bogdanovich in for Dunn. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. Now, his tone was pretty serious. He said, you guys need to prove you're in this. No one else can do it for you. Time to pour on the gas. See if that fire gets lit, guys.
Thanks, David. The 76ers with another miss. Clippers trail by 8. Bogdanovich passes to Leonard. Good. Kawhi working near the hoop.
We're seeing the offensive side of Kawhi tonight. One of the all-time great two-way players.
To the paint. Here's George. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Leonard. It's deflected. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's the general. Pass to McCain. Connects from three-point range. And now it's an 11-point 76ers lead.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the 76ers.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooter.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And now, for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins.
And looking at the trajectory of the season, this is the first of 2 meetings on the year. So this will be a solid win to go up 1-0 in the season series here against the Clippers.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for the General.
Well, you have to marvel at how well he picked apart that defense repeatedly. Found the right guy in the right spot at the right time.
They need this. Not enough on that one as it misses. There's the drive, and he uses both hands to jam it in. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily.
Right, MP. They can't stop you.
Not at all. So what? Then some dried fruit, some trail mix, natural energy, protein.
That's a bit boring.
Haven't missed a day at work in 8 years, so boring may be a necessity for me.
So I'm thinking about letting the kids plan the next vacation.
Hey, what's up for dinner tonight?
I might take home one of the chicken strips from here. I don't know. I was thinking.
Oh, won't those get soggy?
I got an air fryer. Crisp them right up.
No, that's a good idea. I might actually do it myself for dinner.
Right? Right? That's what I said.
Do you think I'd be a good mascot?
For this team?
Yeah.
In that suit?
Yeah.
Took my kid in this arena?
Yeah, in this arena, this suit, and for this team.
First day. A little nervous here. Oh, look at all those people.
Stay on point. Keep your eyes moving on the crowd. You'll be great.
So what happened to the lady that I killed?
Yeah.
Good night.
Hey, need some help?
How's it going, MP?
Cavs always come to play, especially at home. Lock in, MP.
You said you want to be an all-star, right? Now it's time to back it up. This is the first game we circled everyone's going to be watching tonight.
No doubt, Coach. I'm ready.
Okay? Just don't start playing hero ball. Make the right plays, keep the ball moving. This is still about the team. It's still about winning.
You know I'll let the game come to me. I promise I won't do anything to get us off our rhythm.
You're saying the right thing. Just make sure you do the right thing.
I hear you, Coach. Believe me, I hear you.
What's up, MP? All right, baby. Let's get down.
See you, brother.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
And recently, MP has let it be known that he's aiming to outdo all of his conference peers this season and secure his spot as an all-star starter.
Always special to be selected for an all-star game. And MP wants to be included in the celebration of the best in the league. You really have to excel to be selected. So I'll be keeping an eye on MP and his quest for all-star status this season.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. We've got George. Andre Drummond is out there with Tyrese Maxey. And it's McCain in at the 2. And for an update on MP, let's send it over to Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, we have a pair of high-caliber power forwards in this one. I had a second to talk to MP about the matchup, and he said, look, we're both at the top of our game. We both expect a battle, so I think it's time to pull out something we won't expect. He wouldn't tell me exactly what that was, but BA, he told me, be on the lookout.
Well, we certainly will be then. Thanks for that, Alec. Here's the general. He drops it from range.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Now here's Mitchell. They set the screen. Fires the 3. Drummond grabs the miss.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
With the second effort, the general. Count it. 2 for 4 from the field now.
He got in excellent position, then takes it right back up.
The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Garland against Maxey. With the teardrop. Garland, no good. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Well, the recent success of the Cavs has centered around their defense, RJ.
Well, if you want a chance to contend, you're going to have to be able to defend. Their coach embodies that, and so does their personnel, specifically their front court.
And it's Mitchell, the miss.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide-open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
Pass to the general. With the block.
Already a stellar defender, Mobley proving he can be relied on to anchor for this team.
Outside Garland. Here's Tyson. Mobley outside. Will it go? That one a tad offline, but it drops in for him.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
And Cleveland making a change here. Hunter's checked in. Grimes, he's checked in for the Sixers. And the general gets it to go.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Mobley outside. Outside Hunter. Takes a three. Counted from distance.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's the general. Mobley with the block.
Sensational swat from Mobley. I love how hard he goes on the defensive end.
Okoro is checked in for the Cavaliers. Edwards, he's checked in for the Sixers. And stolen by Mobley. And they're pushing it up. Okoro passes to Mobley. Mitchell. Pass to Okoro. Oh, ripped away. Fast break, Philadelphia.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution. Running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Okoro passes to Mitchell. Off the mark there with a three.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
The general, no good.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Mitchell's got 5 now.
It's the strength of Mitchell, one of the strongest guards we might have ever seen.
Here's the general. Gets the three to fall.
This man is on fire. His team is winning, and it doesn't get better than that.
Hunter with the ball. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. There's the triple. The rebound by Maxey. For Philadelphia, they've gone 6 of 13 so far in this one. The general passes to Maxey. The Cavaliers pull it in. Mobley's got 4 rebounds now. Fires from way outside. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Philadelphia. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And looking at what we've seen. Look for Cleveland. Evan Mobley, he's checked in for Wade. Tyson comes in for Okoro. And Mitchell subbed in for Darius Garland. And the 76ers making a change here. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Mobley out there with DeAndre Hunter. Then it's Donovan Mitchell, and it's Tyson in at the 3. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Mitchell, the pass to Alexander Walker. Inside. Here's Mobley. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They've been on a heater of late. 7 wins in a row.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team. They know they are on a roll, and they are committed to keeping it going as long as they can.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, the general, their last time out against the Clippers, delivered quite a performance. He picked up 29 points and was locked in from distance. It was impressive. Really just a phenomenal performance from him. Here's hoping we see more of the same from him in this one, guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Hunter passes to Mobley. And rejected. And it's out of bounds to Cleveland. Strus, he's checked in for the Cavs. Porter Jr. comes in for Alexander Walker. And Philadelphia making a change here. 5 to shoot. Here's Mitchell. Cleveland again missing. The 76ers have gotten 7 shots out of 14 attempts in the second quarter. Out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland ball. Here's a look at the schedule for Philadelphia. On Monday, they'll go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team. But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
Trent, he's checked in for the Cavs. Darius Garland comes in for Porter Jr. The general passes to George. Here's the general. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. The general's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Here's Mobley. Uses the glass on the layup. Mobley's gotten his third basket of the night.
Imposing inside. Mobley is just too much.
The general passes to Drummond. Here's the general. And the layup is good. The general's got 19 points.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Sixers ahead. They're up by 2. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Looking at Philadelphia, this team wants to do big things, Shaq-sized things. And I got to say, they're looking almost as dominant as Kenny.
Easy, big. And moving on to the Cavaliers' first half. It's a close one through 2 quarters.
Playing for one another.
Appreciate you joining us.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Aging in the league can be a difficult process, Richard, but that's something you did very well.
Wow, a compliment. Thank you, B.A. Look, I knew I had to adapt or I would have been out of league sooner than I wanted to. You have to be able to adapt or die. That's what this league is about.
Taking a look at Philadelphia. They've got Tyrese Maxey, Paul George out there with Andre Drummond, and it's the general in at power forward. The Cavs trailing. Outside Garland, pass to Trent. And here's Mitchell. Outside Garland, 4-3. Paul George pulls it in.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's the general. Soft touch off the glass. He's got 21.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Right wing. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Garland for 3. Drops in the 3. Garland's gotten his second bucket on the night.
He doesn't waste any time right there thinking about it. Garland gets that hot pass and he moves.
And Grant, when you look at Darius Garland, he has a very polished offensive game.
Absolutely. He's great at creating for himself, but also knows when to get others involved. He can score from anywhere, and he works incredibly hard on his craft.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Evan Mobley was the 3rd overall pick in 2021. And his teammate Donovan Mitchell said about him, "It's crazy, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I don't think he really understands how good he can be. He can take us to a completely different level. I personally believe that he can be a top 5 player in this league." Ryan, high praise for his teammate.
Indeed it is. Good stuff, Allie. And so it's Garland who brings up the ball for Cleveland. And after this one, they're at home against Phoenix. Pass to Tyson. Here's Trent. Here's Tyson. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback. Mobley's got 8.
And you can't let Mobley roam free on the offensive glass. This is how you get burned.
Maxey passes to the general. Drummond with the screen. Beyond the arc. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
The Cavaliers trail by 5. Mobley outside. Pass to Mitchell. The 3-ball. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 7 rebounds in the game. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the 76ers lead by 7. The Cavaliers have got just 2 of 6 in the second half. Right side, Mitchell. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to go on Andre Drummond.
He's such a determined offensive player. It's not enough to get the bucket. Mitchell wants the and one also.
Hunter's checked in for Tyson. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Grimes is checked in. There's a minute 40 left in the third quarter. Cleveland has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Garland, the pass to Mitchell. Pass to Hunter. From deep three-point land. Rebound by Philadelphia. Drummond's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. And the General gets it to go. The General's got 10 points here in the second half.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
It's stolen by Maxey, and he's all alone. And the jam by Drummond.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
Offensive rebounding is about hustle and determination. Huge putback, making a statement there.
Mobley deciding where to go with it. The 3 from Mitchell. Oh, Mitchell with the smooth stroke from distance.
That's cash. Mitchell is a volume three-point shooter for a reason now.
The General passes to Grimes. Here's the General. Three-pointer. Sinks the tray. The General's got 32 points in the game.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Now here's Mitchell. He's got 11. Misses from short range.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Look for Cleveland. Trent, he's checked in for Hunter. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Okoro. And Garland is subbed in for Porter Jr. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. Then there's Mobley, and it's Trent in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavs. Garland against Maxey, and he lobs it up, and Mobley throws it down.
It must be nice to have a 7-footer like Mobley that you can just throw pretty much anything up there and he'll go get it.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Philadelphia?
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
Well, another area they've been productive is off of turnovers, scoring many times after forcing the ball out of their opponent's hands.
Garland laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Looking for a high percentage shot, Garland wants the best look he can get.
Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 15-4 run. Drummond to screen on Mobley. The general, no good. And so it's Garland who brings up the ball for the Cavaliers. Pass to Mitchell. Pulls it. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got rebound number 11. Here's the general. The three. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Tyson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now here's Mobley. Now Trent. You know, Grant, we've seen career performances in the play-in tournament, but the stats don't count for regular season or the playoffs.
You know, that's crazy, B.A. So let's just count them as playoff stats. It used to be only 3 rounds instead of 4, so there is a precedent to adding more games to the official postseason. And a comfortable win for them here. Game is out of reach. Good performance for the 76ers.
I was really impressed with their attitude today, Graham. Competitive game, they battled through every step of the way.
And B.A., can you say big-time effort and energy? I mean, just a tremendous performance. They were well-deserving of this win.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for the general.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
On the wing, Porter. From deep, Strus. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's the general. Hunter covering. Here's Yabusele. Pass to the general. The 3 is up. Buries it from 3. The general's got 44.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Strus. That shot, no good. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us.
Way to bring the effort tonight.
That's it.
MP. MP, you got that look in your eye tonight. You better watch out.
And a little glimpse, a little feel of basketball fever. These fans are feeling it in anticipation of this big game. And a moment now to check out who the Warriors have coming up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And that game against Memphis, it's one that I'm excited for. A couple of teams that play exciting basketball meeting up early in the season.
Look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Joel Embiid. The general is out there with Paul George. Then there's Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2. And for Golden State, in the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Roddy in at the 4 slot. Greg is a player. How long does the excitement of a new season last?
I'd say it starts to wear off right about now. You got to start bringing your own motivation to every game, and you need to provide your own energy.
Here's Podziemski. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Podziemski's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for the Warriors. George passes to the general. Fires the 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
3 points. Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the 3-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Podziemski. Pass to Green. Here's Roddy from downtown. And Embiid pulls it down.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Green with the block.
And Green plays with tremendous edge on the defensive end of the floor.
To the inside. Here's Roddy. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Team foul. And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the night. It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry, Brent, is probably come to a close.
Yeah, I'm not going to count Steph Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow that group. How fast can they bring those kids along to championship caliber players? That's the big question. They're going to win their share of games.
Now Ingram after the missed 3 from the general. Curry outside. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They're almost always layups for Curry at this point. Makes the 3 look so easy.
Here's Tarlock. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
Curry kicks to Green. To the middle. Pass to Roddy. And it's off from 3-point range. The 76ers trail by 5. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the general in his last time out against the Cavaliers was phenomenal. He had 44 points. And all game long, he seemed like he couldn't miss from outside the arc, converting many times from distance. The stats he put up were amazing. He knew nobody could slow him down, and he went to work. Kevin?
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Now, here's Curry after the miss from the general. Curry finds Green. And it's blocked. Pass to Grimes. Here's the general. Embiid with the screen on Green. The general. Good. The general's got 5 points so far.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Several teams changing it up here. He's been on fire lately. Let's take a look at your Eastern Conference Player of the Week, the general.
And the nature of big men in the league has evolved, and he's a perfect example of how valuable a guy like this can be on your team. He's had a tremendous stretch of basketball here lately.
Now, here's Moody. Down low, here's Kuminga. The rebound by Yabusele. 1:02 left in the first quarter. Here's the general. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 7.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Pass to Moody. And that's going to be a travel. As Jackson Davis is checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in. We got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Yabusele, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Here's Tarlock. Drills it from outside. And the 76ers lead by 4.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch? Now those big guys are everywhere.
Dominguez steps in at the 4 with Green sliding up to center. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. And it's Moody in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. Curry gets it to go inside.
Well, you give Curry a point-blank shot. That's just too easy.
Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Tarlock. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Outside, Green. Pass to Podziemski. Some nice passing by Golden State. Shot clock at 5. From outside the arc. Good on the triple. Podziemski's got 6.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
And for such a young player, Brandon Podziemski has a mature game.
Well, Kevin, his intellect out on the floor, I think, is at an elite level. Brandon does such a good job of hovering around the basket to get rebounds. He advances the ball with the pass. He's driving and always looking for angles. So this is an advantage-created player, and Brandon does a great job of that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Roddy's checked in, and it's Ingram in for Moses Moody. The 76ers also with a sub. Embiid's checked in, and the ball on a play. The Warriors will inbound. Bones Highland is checked in for Stephen Curry. And the 76ers also making a change. Edwards is checked in. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Inside. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Going to the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Here's the general. 13 points in the game. Hits the jump hook. The general's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Ingram passes to Highland. It's up a 3. It's hauled in by the general. The 76ers leading. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. No good on that one. Warriors have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field. The 76ers have gone 6 of 11 from the floor, over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Here's Tarlock, and he's good on the 3-ball. The Generals got the lead up to 5 now for Philadelphia.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Here's Ingram. Got it from 16 feet.
Brandon Ingram, a constant threat on the offensive end. A little bit of work right there in the mid-range.
Here's Tarlock. Green with the block. Ingram outside. There's the triple. Knocks down the 3-ball. Ingram's got 5 points so far. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. Live from Chase Center. You're watching 2K Sports.
The 76ers.
Hi, everybody.
A look here now at the 76ers. It's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
Switching back now to the Philadelphia 76ers, they've been fighting it out through the first half of play.
Their trouble is defending the arc.
And that concludes halftime.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And you know the General has been really making it happen, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Taking a look at the 76ers, we've got Tyrese Maxey. Paul George is out there with the General. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the 2. Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
And, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he was 73% from the line a season ago, an average number in that regard.
That one goes in. Waddy's got the game tied up here for the Warriors.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Here's the General. 18 points for him. Popped up there for Embiid.
What a scary sight. Joel Embiid with all that momentum taking it to the hoop, looking like a freight train.
Golden State's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. You take a look at the General, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Pass to Curry. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Now Podziemski. Out to Ingram, just 4 to shoot. Over George. And it's Ingram missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Fires for 3. George, no good. The Warriors have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Back to Curry. Pass to Podziemski. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Podziemski's got 10 points. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. G.A., what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
And the Warriors with possession here, following the 3 from the General. Podziemski finds Curry, launches a 3, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Here's Tarlock. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
No, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Here's Podziemski. 10 points for him. Not as good, and the 76ers lead is cut back down to 3 on the basket from Curry.
Well, the moment that ball went through on the other end, you could see Steph wanting the ball back, and of course he did it. That's the answer.
Here's Tarlock. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. Pass to Pajemski. Ingram outside. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Nice time from Embiid. The big man showing off his vision there.
There's a minute left in the third quarter. Warriors trail by 8. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust.
Now on the court is your hot squad. Get loud and let them hear it. Who wants a free t-shirt donation? Let me hear you.
The break in the action. Let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. Number 5, the Warriors.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Ingram left side. Golden State moving it around. Kuminga kicks to Payton. Edwards against Ingram. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Justin Edwards. There aren't too many players with a skill set as diverse as Brandon Ingram.
Yes, Kevin, you got to appreciate the tools that Brandon Ingram possesses. That comes with a lot of hard work. But this guy can score over smaller defenders. He's creative enough to draw contact against bigger guys and use that quickness. He's always been a scorer, but his playmaking ability over the past couple of seasons, that's something that's growing and is giving them a chance to be very competitive.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kuminga the pass to Ingram. No good that time. Great D that time from Edwards. Here he goes. Tarlock. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct. Just fanning the flame.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their defense. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Moody is out there with Payton. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then it's Bones Highland. And it's Kuminga in at the 5. That's the Warriors' 5. To the inside. It's deflected. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
State basketball.
6 on the shot clock.
And the defense has really locked down on them in this half. They need to start working to get some higher percentage shots.
Here's Tarlock. Hits it from 3-point range.
3 points.
The Generals got the lead up to 13 now for the 76ers. some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
To the paint. And Kuminga gets it to go on the assist by Curry. Curry's got 4 assists in the game. Pass to the general. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. The general's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Payton passes to Highland. Outside for Curry. No good on the 3. The 76ers leading by 13. It's Edwards on the wing. Here's the general, covered by Payton. Here's McCain. Misses the 3. Warriors have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Moody finds Curry. Payton with it. Out to the right wing. Looking for Kuminga. He gets it there. That's tipped. Here's the general, guarded by Curry. Tarlock. And the shot goes in. The general's got 38 points. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the 76ers.
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. Told his guys, focus up right now. Everybody needs to be on the same page out there. Let's go out there and take this game right now. Big words, guys.
Thank you, David. Brent, when I think of those title teams of the Golden State Warriors, clearly you think of the Currys and Thompson, and maybe at the top of that list, the importance of Draymond Green.
Well, there's no doubt, Kevin, that the lean on for Golden State defensively and to be as good as they were on that end of the floor falls on the shoulders and the very capable ones of Draymond Green. I mean, he took on all challengers and elevated the confidence of players like Steph and Clay. So Draymond's defense, elite and leading to titles.
Hits the three-point bomb. The general's got 41.
Nice play, George creating for others, just manufacturing some points.
Warriors trail by 16. Curry is inside, defended by George.
That's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Here's Tarlock driving in, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
He's been an absolute marksman the entire second half. Hard to imagine what anyone can do right now to slow him down.
Back to Podziemski. Green, the screen, the 3. Podziemski's shot is good.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Body the pass to Ingram over George. And it's Ingram missing.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
The general can't get it to go. Warriors trail by 13.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the 76ers.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage, plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for the general.
And this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good.
The team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The general pass is to Edwards, and stolen by Payton. Pass to Moody. And the Warriors miss again. Now Schroeder deflects the pass. It's taken away by Payton.
Philly foul. Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line.
He misses the free throw. He hits the second from the line. Launches it. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin,
That's what I'm talking about.
What's up, MP?
Hey, should we pick up something for dinner?
Oh, but we got food already at home.
Yeah, but those leftovers are old.
I brought them home yesterday, I think.
Alright, great snacks.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Do you think I'd be a good mascot?
For this team?
Yeah.
That suit?
Yeah.
Took my kids to the ice show last weekend.
Oh yeah? I was up at the top.
Oh, I sat right near the glass.
I got the $20 seats. You?
$25. Win this game so we can go hit the buffet for some chicken wings.
Let's keep this winning streak going.
And all over the floor, you can see each player preparing for the game ahead, pushing out distractions and getting into the zone. Hey everybody, we're coming to you live on If you like slow-paced basketball, you've come to the wrong place. These teams love to run.
Oh, they love to run. I mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. They've got Joel Embiid, George out there with Maxey, and it's the General in at the 4 slot. Pass to George. Here's the General. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Rizachet. Young with it. Maxey covering. Barnes in the post. The shot no good. George left side. Lets it go from deep. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
And when you look at the numbers over the last few years, it's clear that George has made a jump as a playmaker.
All right, now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Quinn Snyder.
I talked to him about Joel Embiid, and Coach told me Embiid does have us worried. He's just so physical out there, but we're going to be physical right back and get in his face when we can, so they'll be trying to challenge the big man all night.
Thanks for that, Allie. The General. And a miss there on the triple. The Hawks have gone 1 for 3 so far. And Coach, with Okongwu adding a 3 to his game, it's hard to keep him off the floor now.
It is, Brian, and he can do a lot for his team when he plays. He can now spread out the floor. He can guard multiple positions. But the main thing Okongwu does is he is all over the glass.
George passes to Embiid. Here's the General. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. The General's got 6.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Outside Barnes. Pass to Rizachet. Right side Young. 5 on the clock. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. The 76ers have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
To the inside. It's stolen by Maxey. In transition, here they come. And he banks in the layup.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Hawks trail by 6. Outside Barnes.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Grimes, he's checked in for the Sixers.
Number 5, Quentin Grimes.
'76ers on D. Young, the pass to Barnes. Now here's Okongwu. Here's Daniels. And Atlanta misses again. Now the 76ers with it. They've gone on an 8-0 run. Pass to the General. Yes, and it's Embiid picking up the assist. He's got 11.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Man, he's checked in for Young. Schroeder, he's checked in for the Sixers. Coach, when you talk about the Atlanta Hawks, you got to start with Trae Young.
One of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA, Brian. He can shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor. He's a great ball handler and one of the most creative passers in the game.
The 3 from Rizachet. The General pulls it in. Philadelphia leading by 8. Embiid passes to the general. To the right side. A minute 22 left in the first. Oh, there's the alley. It's stolen by Barnes. Here's Daniels. 8 points in his last time out. There's the three. Nails it from 3. Daniels has got 5.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Here's the general. Coming off an unbelievable high-scoring game. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Left side man. Pass to Daniels. Outside Barnes. And here's man. To the paint. And Rizachet gets it to go.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. Hawks trail by 5. 19 seconds left in the first. Here's Rizachet. 15 in his last outing. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots. He can't hit that time. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. The Sixers on top, up by 5. Changes. Okongwu comes in for Clint Capella, and Daniels is subbed in for Krejci. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. Maxey against Young. Pass to Okongwu. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Maxey, and it's the general in at the 4.
This team trusts Maxey to make good decisions with the ball.
Hawks trail by 7. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, the general, their last time out against the Warriors, just played phenomenal. He had 46 points, and he was red hot from beyond the arc, raining down a ton of threes. A game that nobody will soon forget, that's for sure. How is he going to follow that up tonight? We'll see, guys.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
Well, Coach, we know how good Young is offensively, but he gets heavy criticism for his defense.
Yeah, look, and at 6'1", 164 pounds, he has some obvious limitations, Brian, but he's shown improved effort as a defender, and it shows in his defensive rating.
And you have to have that scoring ability on the floor. Here's the general. Off target from outside.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
The offensive rebound.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
From deep. Philadelphia with another miss.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Pass to Young, and Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Man, he's checked in for the Hawks. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Edwards is checked in. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. From outside the arc, Daniels misses. Philadelphia leading by 5. Here's the general. Let's go with a three. Oh, he gets it to go. 7 of 13 now.
Another triple for him. His 4th of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
Okongwu against Embiid. Here's Barnes. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
It's his first trip to the line. First one falls for him. Some changes for Philadelphia. Paul George comes in for Edwards. And it's Maxey in for Grimes. Here's the general. He's guarded by man. And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here if he can convert.
He's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. 52 seconds left in the second period. Outside Barnes. Here's Daniels. Maxey covering. It's Daniels with a drive. Paul George pulls it in. The Sixers lead by 10. Pass to the general. Now here's Embiid. 24 seconds left in the first half. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got 4 rebounds now.
If you can, use up the clock en route to the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Here's Rizachet. Whoa! He just got it off in time!
That was close. Now, he doesn't panic in these situations.
He released it just in the nick of time. What a shot.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Hi, everybody. We've got your favorite segment on tap as we check out how the Eastern Conference is shaping up. And something out of left field for you guys.
Ernie, left field, this is not baseball. This is a basketball show.
And let's dig into the first half now. Things looking pretty good for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Offense is...
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us.
Happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. The life of an NBA head coach, Stan, is not easy. You've lived it. What's the toughest part of the job? Don't say dealing with the media.
Well, no, it's not. Look, Brian, I think people would easily say it's the time spent away from home, and it's also the losing, quite honestly. But I think what my family had the hardest time with was how consumed I was as a coach during the season. So even when I was home, all I was doing was thinking about basketball.
And how many losses have you endured as a broadcaster, Coach?
0. Undefeated, Brian, undefeated.
Barnes is out there with Onyeka Okongwu. Then it's Rizachet, then it's Trae Young, and it's Daniels in a shooting guard. So that's the Hawks 5. Just 5 on the clock. The 3 from Rizachet. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's the general. 21 points in the game. They set the pick. Down low. George's shot is off. Hawks trail by 9. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
With the game on the line, Ice Trae is dangerous man. Young said, I've been owning the moment my whole life. That's what I do. I work too hard to be afraid of the moment. Brian?
Well, Allie, it definitely shows in his play. It's great stuff there. Thank you. To the inside. Here's Rizachet. And George with some nice D.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
George, a screen on Barnes. Here's the general. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
There's Young with the three. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 8 rebounds in the game.
Well, 4 failed attempts to start this half. Not what they wanted out of the locker room.
Outside Maxey. Here's the General. 23 points in the game. Screen by Embiid. The General drills it from deep. The General's got 5 points in the quarter.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else. He led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Back to Maxey. Here's the General. No good with the triple. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. A 12-point game. And you watch Dyson Daniels on the floor, Coach. He's everywhere on defense.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the best guys disrupting offenses and getting deflections. He gets his hands in passing lanes. Effort like that will always find minutes.
The General, no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Shoots from 12. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good. Reese Shea's got 9. The Sixers lead by 10. George, a screen on Barnes. Hits a three-pointer. The General's got 29 points.
Putting on a shooting clinic from deep. He had that huge first half, and he's still rolling.
Back to Young. Okongwu, a screen on Maxey. Fearless from Young inside.
Yeah, there's Trae Young getting it done inside.
Philadelphia's gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. And 1:01 left to play in the third quarter here. Great open look there. The Generals got 11 in the second half.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Picked up by Okongwu. The three knocks down the triple. Give him 8 points now.
Yeah, when he's locked in, Daniels can do real damage at the arc.
Maxey passes to the General. Screen by Embiid. The General kicks it to George. Outside Maxey. Here's the General. 32 points in the game for him. Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. And the General gets it to go.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. Now... And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Hawks trail by 12. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. We've got Edwards, and it's McCain in at the point guard position. Young, the pass to man. There's a screen. Fires for three. Rebound by Philadelphia. Pass to the General. Here's Yabusele, guarded by Capella. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, he can play the four because he gets off the ground so well.
And the Hawks shooting just 38% for this game so far. And here's Capella. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Capella on the double team. Pass to McCain. Launches it. And the 76ers another three.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Now Young. Screen by Capella. To the left wing. Krejci, the pass to man. There's Young with the three. The General pulls it in. The General's got his 4th rebound in this one. Drives to the hoop. He gets it in there. The General's got 40 points.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Barnes comes in for Barlow. Risache, he's checked in for Krejci. And Daniels is subbed in for Mann. Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have a guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
And that's the hunger that Embiid plays with. He just gobbles up the miss and goes back up for the score.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Hawks trail by 17. 4th quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Here's Daniels. And that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Tonight, their attack revolves around him. As he goes, so goes the offense.
Here's Risache. George defending. Barnes passes to Daniels. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 17-foot shot on the way. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. The Generals got 44.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
The three from Barnes. He buries it from 3.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
1:33 left in the 4th quarter. Embiid, a screen on Barnes. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the 76ers.
Well, Grant, I don't know if there was one deciding factor in this game, but I'd say shooting accuracy if I had to choose.
Agreed, B.A. They really went after quality looks and shot the ball with confidence.
And with this one, they go double digits in the win column.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for the General.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
Young looking for an opening. Fires from deep. Rebound by Philadelphia. Here's the General. Another bucket. Wow.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Young against Maxey. Outside Young. Kicks it out to Barnes. And Atlanta misses again. And Maxi's got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a 22-point lead, the most they've led by.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Outside Young. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily.
Time to warm up. Get ready to rock.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. It's NBA basketball on 2K Sport. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander after the missed three from the general. The kick out to Williams. Dort wide open. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams.
Boy, nice rise and fire from Lou Dort.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I was able to talk with Nick Nurse for a minute. He said SGA has this special ability to lull a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. Coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat them. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's the general after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It's stolen by Hartenstein. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champs. The tray. Hartenstein can't get it to go. For Oklahoma City, their last game was a loss to the Pelicans. You've seen, Doris, Paul George's journey from role player to MVP candidate.
There's a reason, Kevin, Paul George is one of the most emulated players in the league with young people. His game is so well-rounded, and maybe his best attribute is his adaptability. Paul George is equally comfortable either being the lead man, or if need be, he can play with 2 or 3 other stars and still be effective. Really incredible.
Embiid with it. Williams picks him up. Here's Turlock. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Boy, at some point you've got to realize there might be a better option standing next to you. This guy has not made one basket in this period.
Now, here's Holmgren. He had 25 points last game. Hartenstein in the high post. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Their last win put them into double digits with 10 in a row. Wow, quite a stretch.
Well, this is a basketball team that's really humming right now. And what you love is they're working together as a unit, which makes it fun to watch. What I'm curious about here is when teams start to adapt and take away their best strategy, how do they keep the streak going? Really, really interested to see how this plays out.
Quentin Grimes is checked in for the 76ers. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Wallace is checked in for George. Here's Tarlock. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. He's scoring at a rate that puts him at another level. As impossible as it seems, he's truly averaging about 36 points a game. And here's Maxey after the three-pointer from Chet Holmgren. Tarlock buries the long-range jumper.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Down low. Holmgren gets the bucket. Holmgren's got his third basket of the night right there.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The 76ers trail by 8. Here's Tarlock. Another three for Philadelphia.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Wallace. Now here's Holmgren. Not a lot of room. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. The general passes to George. From outside, off the mark.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The rebound by Paul George. 76ers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. And the dunk by Embiid.
And seeing a guy as big as Embiid being so fluid in terms of his movement, jaw-dropping.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Gilgeous-Alexander against Maxey. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Some changes for Philadelphia. Edwards comes in for George. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Maxey. Williams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Topic comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Topic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target from outside. Grimes passes to the general. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. Look for Oklahoma City. Jalen Williams comes in for Aaron Wiggins. And it's Dort in for Topic. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Edwards, a screen on Holmgren. The general. Good.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
The general is out there with Embiid. Then there's Edwards. And it's Grimes in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Williams dishes to Wallace. Williams looking over the floor. No good with the layup. So for the 76ers, their last game, a win against the Hawks. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the general, in his last time out against the Hawks, played a huge game. He finished with 52 points, and so much of that damage he does is from long range. And those are big numbers he put up. It's hard to match. But he'll be aiming high again tonight. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Well, there's no doubt. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities. but he's equally gifted shooting off the rip.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. That's 12 points for the General.
He's going to force them to have to make adjustments. That's number 4 in terms of triples in the half.
Williams sets a screen for Williams. And Williams slams it in.
Oh, J-Dub rising to the rim. We see you, Mr. Williams.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam King. Edwards with the screen. The ball there off the mark from the General. Puts it up from 12. They get it again. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
What I love about Jalen Williams, he makes his presence felt on the game. Athleticism, tireless work ethic, and offensive skills that are just blossoming with each repetition.
Drummond's checked in for Philadelphia. Maxey comes in for Edwards. The Thunder also changing it up. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Wallace.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Dort kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Maxey. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. The 76ers trail by 9, and the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. While we have a chance, let's take a look at the teams that led the NBA in rebounding last season. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
Well, they made a huge commitment to rebounding last year, and it showed in the numbers. They were spectacular.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. And it's Holmgren in for Wiggins. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Doris Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, 2-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander following the 3 from the General. Hartenstein with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. Lets it go from deep. Traps in the tray. Williams has got the lead up to 11 now for the Thunder.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Embiid with the screen on Holmgren. The General can't get it to go. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Williams gets the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
George passes to the General. No good on the triple. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Shot from Lee. They're thinking about the shot. Give it up for the participants.
And taking a look at Oklahoma City, it's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
Well, we knew they'd be good, but we didn't know they'd be this good. Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Thunder.
Execution, these guys know.
That'll do it for our show tonight.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. One of the stories here, guys, the General getting it done today.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3. Now, here's Dort. He's got 5. Doris, I know the NBA is considering using technology to help officiate out of bounds and goaltending. Do you have a problem with that?
You know, Kev, at the end of the day, I think it is about getting the calls right. If there's a way to lift the load off these officials, even if it's around the margins, why not try it?
Here's Dort after the made shot from the general. Pass to Hartenstein. And here is Williams. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Williams has got 10.
I mean, Jalen Williams got as great a basketball frame as you could hope for. That's strength right there.
For 3, it's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from the general.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
Outside, Dort. Pass to Hartenstein. Williams with a clean look, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. He's got 13.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Embiid with a screen on Holmgren. The general can't get it to go.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Holmgren's got 4 points in the quarter.
Guys, this is what you call a generational talent. Holmgren is bound to fill up the highlight reel every night he plays. Now we get a chance to check out Chet Holmgren. Last season, he played outstanding, and he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
And he was a shot-blocking machine last season for sure. As you said, top 5 in the league. He gave ground to absolutely no one. Hartenstein against Embiid. Offensive rebound. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Offline with his 3.
Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
Outside for George. Here's Maxey. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Maxey's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Holmgren. 1:58 left to play here in the third. Good D by Embiid. The specter of injury seems to always loom over Paul George's career, Doris.
Look, Kevin, I think it's very hard for Paul George fans to take out of their mind completely that gruesome injury he suffered. But we've got to give this young man a ton of credit. He has managed his play and his health to a very high level and still one of the most gifted players this game has seen.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander after the missed 3 from the general. To the middle. Pass to Hartenstein. 5 on the clock. Here's Holmgren. And he uses the glass on the layup. And that's 20 points for Chet Holmgren.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Here's the general. He's got 25. Drills the three-pointer. The general's got 13 points in the second half.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks sheltered.
Here's Williams. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the off. The 76ers trail by 9. They've got Drummond. Edwards is out there with the general. And it's Grimes in at the 2-guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now Williams after the missed 3 from the general. Got a hand on it. Here's Grimes. Pass to the general. Buries it from three-point range. The general's got 31.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Higgins outside. Williams in the post. Edwards defending. Wallace outside. Fires from deep. Rebound Andre Drummond.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Tarlock played in with a nice touch off the glass. The Generals got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, I thought in the first half this guy was pressing. He was rushing. Now he's settled into the game.
On the wing, Williams. Edwards defending. The shot by Williams, no good. The 76ers trail by 4. Pass to McCain. Here's the General, covered by Wiggins. Offensive rebound. And here's Edwards from the arc. Here's Drummond, and finally they hit one. Drummond's got his first basket.
Andre Drummond understands if I can get to the offensive window, I can put points on the board.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. A different look for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Wallace. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
During that last break, Coach Mark Daigneault talked to his team. He told them he liked the way they were working, but he said we have to really get after it. All we need is a couple of stops. Keep your focus. We'll see if they can close it out. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. The Thunder have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Pass to Holmgren. Oklahoma City moving it around. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, the tremendous length at the guard spot that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander presents is a problem for a lot of defensive players.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
There's the 3. The General can't get it to go. The Thunder leading by 4. Holmgren in the high post. George against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. Holmgren kicks to Dort. Williams for 3. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Jalen Williams lethal from deep, folks. You can't allow him to get comfortable.
Embiid, the pass to the General. Embiid with the screen on Holmgren. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander shows you he's not afraid to draw contact. Now gets to the free throw line.
There's 1:38 left to play here in the fourth. Maxey passes to the General. A 3. The Thunder pull it in. Hartenstein's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Outside Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Dort. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. For 3, Holmgren. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
Defensive foul. Check.
Free throw good, Maxey. 56 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The rebound by Paul George. Pass to the general. From past the arc. Got it! And that shot brings them to within just one.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Holmgren.
Yeah, good job to take it right at you.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with...
Crazy man on deck, crazy man.
23 seconds left in the fourth. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yes! Nice dribble move to get to the hoop for an easy 2.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. How do you think this is going to play out?
And this is what it's all about. This shot could win the game. Not much time left, but they have just enough to execute a play.
And so the big win by Oklahoma City in a tight game with the